Maman a de la IPCA, le maquis chez AD, la plus belle. Qui Dali, mon Dieu Seigneur, à ce moment ça. Rachel de Kibo, chez AD. Allez, na lui le programme. Abrile, moto nyali. Yozo made jokule. Pamro ayo. Ate wa ba bele wa sabake. Wa ba bele. Ampawe mabani. Niama. Ampawe mabani. Ampara suwa bila bayo. Abina ni kabele titi papa. Ata tubo ampawe mabani. Mabani, ana, bayi bawe mabani. Ni agiji dalio alegio. Mabani we mabani. Siza fuku ade alegio. Ade bawe mabani. Ni agayi do. Ade bani we mabani. Obe na baya gresa eba. Ama ade bawe mabani. Bawe mabani. Ama mabani. Waye. Ade bawe mabani. Mais je vous dis, c'est ça qui nous a construit. À quoi nouveau, c'est là que ici, devant les devants. Tu n'es pas conscient, moi je suis conscient. 1K. I say 1K. Nate. Pinalo. I'm the yaki. I don't go. Pinalo. Pinanyewe. So I say that. Now I'm there and when I go, I'm wrong. Enenyo. Bon, I'm there say what the qua? Yeah. I'm too young up in there. We are there. Would the guy get now? What must I put up in the new way go? Must I put where the new ways are? I'm on your seat with way. I'm Pina, just some way play when you're no quality. Pina, I'm like no quality swing. I say, I'm must I put the new way go? Crean show about. And she also said, man, Gampina, I'm where you are. Now says it out, kinda. Mon job bow. What do I? Mamma. Samson. Folks, I amuse myself sometimes. But anyway, let's go, folks. Thank you. We're sorry for the technical difficulty that we're going through. We try to put some fun into it so that our people will be. Not that it's not going to happen again. Maybe if it will. I'm not too sure what is happening. But we're working on it. I want to thank all of you. Please share this video at this time. Let's go on. I'll show you already the when Dr. We are during the election. And my topic here tonight is a very interesting one. Decentralization, folks. Decentralization. And the intent here tonight is to actually, it's not like what we're going to be saying that we have monopolies on words or whatever it is. But I thought that I'd try to share this here with you tonight. Because it is very important. It's very important that we get to understand why is it. Sometimes some of us don't understand these things. And let me go back to the comment that I was making earlier before my video went off air. And who knows, it might happen again. We have not sure can you go. What on try? And then yo, I'm not sure can you we are one boy new in there. See how low, not says it out. You go time soir. So more play. Won't change you. You know quite way. Oh man, there's no more. But anyway, folks, let's get serious here on a very serious note. We're going to be discussing decentralization here tonight, and I ask all of you to give me the opportunity to explain myself. And I'm not saying that my ideas or explanation are the best, but I believe in them, and I ask you to give me the opportunity. Let me express myself. And you can disagree with me. In fact, I urge you to disagree with me because that's about the only way we'll be able to find a solution. Before I go on to decentralization here again, let me go back to the subject matter that I was talking about earlier. Dr. Weir was elected. The Constitution gave Liberians the opportunity to elect their officials. Now, those of us that perhaps if we were in Liberia, we're never going to vote for CDC. However, the same Constitution that gave us the right to say, I don't want this person, and I put whatever number I want to put on that ballot box. That same Constitution gave the next person the right to select whoever they want. And majority ruled. And so the majority have selected 61.5%. Those of you that are now carrying on this process of we must step down. I'm not in support. I'm not comfortable with it. However, it is your constitutional right to demand that your government function properly. It is your constitutional right to demonstrate, to demand certain things. And if your demands means that Dr. Weir must step down, if it is your demand, yes, we agree. But it must be done with responsibility. You must respect the rules. You must respect fellow Liberians. They are those brothers and sisters that are not your enemy. However, they are not on board with you at this time. They are saying, some of us, we respect you to go out and we encourage you to go out. But you must do it with responsibility. You must respect the rules. You must also accept that the government of the Republic of Liberia has a constitutional duty to protect lives.
the government of the Republic of Liberia has the constitutional duty to protect property. With that confine, whatever that I just tell you, if it is true from the Constitution, then the government must do all they can to protect the other citizens that are not in this protest issues. They must be protected. Their lives, their properties must be protected. At the same time, we ask the government to protect those who want to protest. As long the protest is not in violent, as long the protest is in just like the June 7th, we encourage it, because that's about the only way we are going to grow. I don't agree with it, but I'm not going to discourage it. Because today they're protesting. I don't agree with it. But if I discourage it and ask the government to block it, what tomorrow if I'm ready to demonstrate? Then what? And therefore, because of that, I said the government must allow those who want to protest, whatever reason they have, the government must allow, and the government provide the opportunity for the brothers and sisters to do it. One last thing before I jump off of it. Those of you that lay down here, just like sounds into, finish eating heavy kesali, finish eating heavy palm butter. Then you sit down there and say the people, when they come to Montreal, you stay here in America. You stay here in America, you're telling people they will not demonstrate. Is it not the demonstration business that got you to where you are today? Do you know that if it wasn't for the demonstration that people organize, if it wasn't for sacrifice, people did sacrifice their lives for you to have this opportunity, to deny other people opportunity. That I also don't agree with. You must encourage the people to demonstrate, but they must do so with peace. You cannot say these people that are going to be demonstrating, these are the same people that brought war to Liberia. That is not true. That is lie, and you cannot carry on functioning like that. Because if you continue to do that, that means you're so coward, so scared, that you're afraid of people demonstrating because you have nothing to stand on. And the fact that you have nothing to stand on, you think if the people demonstrate, you will be exposed. And the fact that you're afraid to be exposed, you try to deny the rights of fellow citizens to demonstrate. For this, I say to you, continue to make your show here in the United States after you finish eating heavy palm butter just like me, after you finish eating heavy kesali just like me, heavy doma just like me, then you say you're standing here denying people when they come to Montreal, we must be careful. These are the people that brought war. You know who brought war to you in Liberia? It's ourselves. The same Liberians. Nobody else. You hear the other story? They say if your family people inside you, the street can buy you. This, folks, these are kinds of things that if we do, we allow people to penetrate us and sow the seed of discontent and sow the seed of discouragement and sow the seed of violence among us. Because your point of supporting a particular issues or a particular person or a particular party, in your process of supporting that, you go blind without recognizing that you are not the only person in Liberia. That country for all of us. I can disagree with the protesters. I can say I don't want to support your ideas, but I must not, and I will not brand these people as being violent until they can show me. Some of these people that are planning the violence, that are planning the protest, violence has already meant it against some of them. Some of them saw their parent got killed right before their eyes. And you're going to come out here and say everybody that support the protest are now people of violence? Then you, sir, are so cowardly. You, sir, have no standing in our community. You, sir, are the fake person we keep talking about. You, sir, do not have Liberia as heart. And because of that, you're so scared that you will be exposed for who you are. And therefore, you don't want anybody to come around. If you have nothing to hide, what do they say? Show your hands. And this is what really, really gets to me sometimes. So we will continue to preach the peace. And those of you who want to destroy Liberia, go ahead. Go ahead. You think because you're here in America, making 250,000, 400,000, making all that good money. Deep inside of you, you're suffering because this is not your home. You know it. And you're going to sit here and say, people that want to test the system, people through their courage of demonstration, strengthening the institution, and you're going to sit here and call them violent person. They brought war to you. Look among yourselves. Look among yourselves and tell me which one of us that are not responsible for the civil war that happened among us in Liberia. Can you show your hands up that you never participated in the war? Yeah, you might not participate in the war during actual violence, but the mere fact that you send 5 cents, 6 cents home for people to eat, you are part of it. And this war affected all of us. Mandinko, Pele, Kran, Kru, Grebo. Any tribe you can take, there is no village in Liberia that was spared. And now, when brothers and sisters are crying, look at the situation in Liberia. Look at the situation in Liberia. Can you honestly believe that this government that we all continue to praise is doing well? Is doing well? Now you can argue to say what happening with this government didn't start yesterday, and I agree with it. I agree with it. And that's why we continue to encourage every one of us to find room within us, to find the goodwill within us, for us to meet and have an honest discussion about what's happening in Liberia. There are other people that want to bring a war crime court in Liberia. There are other brothers that don't want it. Every one of us have our own reason. I want war crime court in Liberia, but my reason of wanting war crime court might be different from that of Gene Smoke that want war crime court in Liberia. Peter George might disagree, but his disagreement might not be in line with Teresa Brown. So because of that, we say, let us have the understanding among ourselves. We're not doing that. We're here every day, sticking a position. Sticking position. If these people come to Liberia, if these people, you kill Custer, if you were to be successful to kill Henry Custer, do you think you're going to kill the ideas? You're fooling yourselves. Custer and his people must be encouraged with the clear understanding that the Constitution provides for them to express themselves freely, fairly. And that's why we continue to ask the government to take the lead. Because by taking the lead, allowing Costa and his people to say, come and protest. What is on your mind? You did it before. Nobody got hurt. Come again. Maybe there's certain thing that this government is not doing that causing these people that want to protest again. And you're going to be here because of your hatred for your fellow men. You must be the only person to enjoy the freedom. The other people must not enjoy the freedom. Who are you to determine what kinds of protests must happen in Liberia? It is the government responsibility to inform all of us that want to stand in public and criticize, that we must do so with responsibility. But you cannot ask me to be responsible and then you yourself are far removed from responsibility, bringing out images that is so hurtful to all of us. When we see these images, we cringe. You're reminding us of what we did to each other. You're reminding us how brutal this war was. Thank you. Now talk to the government. Because there are those, some of those that perpetrated something against other people. There's some of them are within the government. You want to tell me that's not true? What do you do now? They are Liberians. They are qualified to work. You're going to say because of your participation in the war, you're not going to work for the Liberian government even though you're producing? This is a cowardly behavior. Encourage people to demonstrate. But be truthful with them. Be truthful with them. Explain to them the process. Explain to them the process. What entailed with respect to protesting? You protest. What affecting us as Liberians because of your action? You protest to get, what are they protesting for? They're asking the government for the specific action. They're not asking because they didn't eat fufu last night, but of course, that's some of them. No food. Some people are hungry. Why is it that you don't want to be truthful? Why is it that you guys just refuse to be truthful? And if everybody talk about protests, all you do is blame them as enemy of the state. You think you will succeed? No, you're not going to succeed. Yes, it's a sad thing. As young as you are, this is what is very painful to some of us. You're very young. All of the values that you're putting out there is taking root. People who saw their parent got killed, you play these images, it affects them. Their state of mind is confused. They don't know exactly what to do. Yes, what you're doing also. You think you're hurting those that are going to protest by showing those images? Far from it, my brother. Because what you're doing is showing the images of those brothers and sisters that suffer and yet still can't even get a job, for which their parents die sacrificing. They stay in Monrovia, passing by some of the so-called general, and they can't do anything. And you continue to show these images, and nobody is confronting you. Nobody is confronting you. This is wrong. You want to attack those who want to protest? There are so many ways to do it. Instead, you're making up stories. You're putting together images to frighten Liberians from engaging their civil duty. Because it seems to me, sir, that perhaps your educational level is limited. Because if you were somebody who has some class, some way of moving up, you would encourage protest. But asking people to be responsible. Folks, that is my opening line this evening, because we have to pick these things up. We have to discuss them. If people are doing something that is not right in the community, don't say because I'm in America, the war happened in Liberia, they do stuff like that. I mean, all my children there, that's not right. We can't do that either. While we're encouraging our brothers and sisters, Henry Custer and his group to protest, we're also asking them to be mindful of how this protest is going to be handled. It must be done with the clear understanding that many other Liberians are not in favor of it. As a result, why they have the constitutional duty and the constitutional responsibility to exercise their franchise if they choose to protest, but to ask a sitting government to calm down because you don't agree with the policy difference. Policy differences should be exercised, should be something that you do next election. But you have the right, and I'm not going to stop you. In fact, I encourage you to demonstrate, because for me, you being out there, just like you did June 7, you strengthen. That's how I believe. You strengthen the institution of democracy in Liberia. Because the whole world carried that particular protest. Now let's hope that we will be able to repeat the same thing. Folks, this is Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. Let me now go on. I see my video is already slowing down again, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead. Let me talk about decentralization. And all these things that I'm about to say here to you tonight will not happen in vacuum. These are things Liberians, all of us will gravitate towards. Because you can't stay out of it and say decentralization is going to happen just because I say so. No. We have to participate. We all must participate. These are difficult things. Changes don't come easily. But we already missed the boat. I'm going to say something here, and perhaps other family members might not be happy with me. But why? The reason why I'm a little bit involved is this. Like I said, every one of us, nobody, from it doesn't matter what village you come from, even you come from one place, that war affected every one of us. But back in 1980, I'm not going to touch that. Anyway, we have to understand. We have to understand that people have sacrificed for all of us. We missed the boat. The people sacrifice. Other people, because of our level of understanding in our community, we were not quite prepared when the when the reliefs came, we were not quite prepared. And so we didn't know how to handle it. For 10 years, we had quite a good opportunity to start fresh. We didn't do that. We decided the group that we wanted out, we decided to emulate exactly things that they were doing for which we kicked them out. And there was other brothers and sisters that began to question, then what is the reason? What is the reason? What was the reason of us having blood on our hands? Why must we have blood of our own brothers and sisters on our hands if we're going to repeat the same mistake for which we came after them? Those were the kind of question that was being asked. Tough question. Tough question. And people were not prepared to answer. You're asking too much question. Get rid of them. And then Liberian decided, no, this is just too much. were going to do something about it. And there have always been smart people among us. Always. Always. That would take the situation and turn it inside out to benefit themselves. Always, in any society. But you must have a majority of the people to start seeing these people when they're coming, to say, no, these people are not coming truly to liberate us. They are coming to enrich themselves. We were not listening. Some of us made those statements. But then people confuse our statement to be something of an anger, because we were angry with such specific political activity in Liberia. And therefore, when we make these statements those days, when those statements was being made those days, people consider us, oh man, the man angry. Don't he? You know what happened to him? He invest. That's why he's saying no thing for. No. Samson told been in his corridor for a very long time, my brothers. I've been in this thing for a very long time. And I'm not about ready to give up either. And this is exactly what I'm expressing again. Those people that are smarter among us will always want to pick people against one another. We must be smart enough to say this is politics. And we are tired of these kinds of petty politics. We're larger than that. We're bigger than that. We must be able to rise above this thing. That is the only way we're going to be able to survive. Just like I said back in 1985, let me say this again. Those of you that are asking for Dr. Weah to step down no matter what is your definition of no matter what? You think Dr. Weah is people just sitting down there drinking coffee and drinking beer every night, drunk, laying down? Far from it. They are men also. They are just as men as you are. They are just as women as you are. There's some smart people among Dr. Weah and his people. You think you're just going to drive them out of the country? Are you crazy? So what is the best way to get them to understand? Perhaps they're not seeing that our people are suffering. And that could be ridiculous. That could be ridiculous. Say, well, you said I'm in store. People see them every day in the street dying. Yes. But what if they're not seeing it? They can see it, but if they're not taking it in, how do you deal with them? By violence? Far from it. Just like I said back in 1985. I say again. You go and you try to stop violence. It's not going to be just you alone. It's going to affect lots and lots and lots of people. So once again, let us choose dialogue over violence. The international community is also watching. You think these people are stupid? Why is it? Think about it. Think about it. Why is it that Dr. Weah and this government has not been asked to visit the White House? Dr. Weah is very popular. Dr. Weah is a sport icon, well known all over the world. Do you think that the American embassy in Liberia, if this government were doing stuff to curtail corruption, you don't think by now Dr. Weah will have a visit to the White House? Have you been following the Ukraine hearing lately? These people are keen on people who will want to eradicate corruption because they know they have to help you. It's the taxpayer money they're sending to you to help you. But then they find out that people, when they give them money, the money is not being utilized to the best of their abilities. They're not stupid. However, this government that are not doing anything about corruption, they were duly elected. And this government and this country believe in civil liberty. They believe in democracy. And so since they know that you were elected, they're not going to fool around that. However, there are certain things they will not let you have. One of them is to come here and start visiting all of the ministry. They're not going to promote you because you're not being peaceful. You might be peaceful in terms of war and stuff, but the ideas of corrupt behavior, they don't see it being clean. You think the lady over there, the ambassador in Liberia, you don't think she report to the State Department daily what she's observing? You think the American people that are walking around Monrovia, they don't know what's happening in Liberia? And you want to sit down here to think that people don't know. They're quite aware of these things. But they're not going to put their nose in there. And so for us, as Liberians, we must understand that in order for people to listen to us, our government must show and lead in the crackdown of people who take something that don't belong to them. You do that, American government will be promoting you day in, day out. The relationship between Liberia and that of the United States, I mean, there's nothing hidden. Three branches of government in Liberia. Three branches of government here. Look at the flag. Everything we do, we try to follow these people, except good governance. When it comes to good governance, we say we are sovereign nation. But everything else we follow from here. People with degree to help us rebuild Liberia, they come from here. Many of them. Everything else we do, even the TV, the show, the news, everything we try to model over after these people, except when it comes to good governance. Then we say, no, we're a sovereign country. We can do what we want to do. So the point that I'm making here, my brothers and sisters, is this. We all have suffered a lot. We have suffered a lot. Please, they are young. You guys are so young, highly educated. But do you see yourself rushing to Liberia right now? No. Because there are certain people within this government that believe they also, just like the two-way party. What I say must happen. I alone determine who get the position. For what? You want to tell me all the other brothers and sisters from Liberia, all the way from Butuo, from Ganta, from Yekepa, from Salala, from whatever part of Liberia, the countryside, why you're so wicked like that? These people, some of these PhD, they used to walk from one village to the town just to get education. And you're denying them to exercise that to help their brothers and sisters. Look at the kind of thing that was happening I believe, in Bond County quite recently. Or McGibby. There's a teacher, one teacher, cripple, handicapped, had 3 blackboards on the wall. Finish writing on this, one class, then he goes to the second class, right? Then he moves on to another class according to the story. Why? We have too many Liberians here. There are some Liberians here that are teaching. You're sitting down there because you want cars. Because you got a car going here. Why you're doing like this? Why? Open up. open this thing up to Liberians. I know. I don't blame Dr. Weah either for even closing it. Because you have to trust somebody. And so some of these people that put Dr. Weah in a bubble, those are his friends. And Liberians in the past, and even now, have not given themselves the opportunity for Dr. Weah to deal with them. Either you call him corrupt, or a thief, or what have you, and you want him to trust us. So this thing go both ways, my people. Wow. If we can't see these things, we will continue to have every party you go to, every funeral you go to, Liberians that is. As soon as somebody gets funeral burying, even in a graveyard, they start talking politics. What happened in Liberia? We can't get Liberia out of our mind. Then why is it that our brothers and sisters are suffering? Right now, my understanding, no money in the bank. What happened? These are educated people. What happened? What happened? Even if the people taking money out of the country, you send money right now. My brother was just telling him the money he sent a few days ago to his sister. The sister can't get the money out. And then the people want to demonstrate, and you come out and put all kind of junk. Where are we going, my people? Is there not no men, nobody among you that can remember the day of struggle among CDC? No man among you that can remember the day when sedition used to be hungry. Nobody. Nobody can stand up to say, I want to be counted. I'm a sedition, but let's do it right. Nobody. 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 The government of the Republic of Liberia just signed a contract. Few months ago, there was a fishing issue. They were supposed to bring some fishery people from Senegal. They refused. The fishery people in Liberia refused. Now they signed a contract for them to sell fish, export fish to Europe. And that is not being trumpeted. Nobody talking about it much. Why? Because we want to find enemy of the state. So in the process of finding enemy of the state, people don't even pay attention to some of the good thing that is happening. Because every time you bring it up, they say, oh, let me just make it up. They just want something because we're trying to protest now. Now they want to show. There's nobody among you. I saw Honorable Mackay going out the other day. And I was going to play the video, but then I touched myself. No, I'll just describe it. Let people go look for it. Walking. It's no different from Tubman days. People reference this individual. But because he has immense so much power to himself, I want to believe that people bow to him. Because if you watch the video, he going into a community. He's Nathaniel Mackay, my people. Yeah, he's a minister. But he's not God. He was not even elected. So if we ourselves, Mackay didn't just get that kind of power within him. We give him the power. Because nobody want to be truthful among him, his friends. They say, my man, you can't do this. This is something the late Bronskin, one of the things we used to have here when we go to the retreat, he's always asking people, any of you among you here, he said, if you see me going outside, doing things that perhaps I think I'm too big Now, please bring me back to myself. And so there were people among us that were very close to him. Bossman, they want a part, and I'm good to you. I won't name right now. I can only call him because he's not with us now. But people used to call him and talk to him. There are some people that I know that have a heated argument with him because of policy. They're still talking. Until he died, they were talking. Where are these Liberians that will stand up to say we cannot behave like this among ourselves? Especially, you can't bring no Concord business in the team anymore. Unless we want to act like we're Concord people. Because myself, I used to behave like that. So it's not far removed. But we cannot bring Congo and country business in the thing. No. Because most of the people involved, they can speak Kru, they can speak Mana, they can speak Kra, they can speak the dialect well. Most of them grew up in the street of Monrovia. Some of them went to school walking. Some of them went to nice school, my people. Some of them never even smelled criteria. Some of them, this is their school. Let me say it. Some of them that are today don't want to look at people. They went to GW Gissing. First, they went to the Roundtown Elementary School, like the Jailhouse Elementary School. Blue and white. Then from there, they went to GW Gissing. Blue and white. Then from there, they went to Metella Nipple Street. Green and white. Then from there, they went to Tottenham High. Before they enter LU. 5 of the institutions that I just named. These are institutions that when you come from the countryside, the government those days push you in those areas. Because in order for you to go to places, there are few people that were able to go to these school, good school. I'm not saying they didn't, but majority of us. 7th grade, they got nice school for 7th grade, my people. 6th grade, they got nice school for 6th grade. So that you will be able to work in the day or clean people chimmer and do small things so you can get food to eat, and then you go to school at night. And here we are. We think we die. Why? What happened to us? Wow. We'll continue to do this. Here's the thing here. You're not going to stay in power for life. There's no question to ask. You might be able to put your family member in a position for tomorrow, prepare themselves for tomorrow. But there's nothing guaranteed. Nothing. And here's the thing, I hate to tell you, the future of Liberia is brighter than ever before. I truly, truly believe that. Because before I became the so-called talk show man, I used to be in my community. I used to be involved with the young people. They must say, used to go ahead. And no question asked. I'm Blaku. You can't touch me. Because you bring it to me, I bring it back to you. I'm Blaku. So I know these young people. Highly educated. Nursing. PhD, WWD, all the DD in the community. They're educated. Go in the army, they plenty. And they don't come out of the army with being a private captain, lieutenant, general. Well, no, I don't see Liberian general here. They're getting there. But the point that I'm making, Liberians, especially, I'm so proud of these young people that are coming after us. Because just of all that came the first time, that football we were on, I'm going to go to school for what? Why do I need to go to school for? I hear I can't play football. The Congo get then I used to run behind him already. I'm gonna play football. I'm gonna go to school for what? But these young people that are coming after us, they don't care for those kinds of stuff. They come, they improve themselves, highly educated. I just don't want to name names. As I'm speaking now, with the names, I don't want to name names. Educated, 2 masters, plenty. They're all young. And here's the thing here, these young people that I'm talking about, they're not making chicken change. Some of them can take vacation to go to Brazil if they want to, because they got money. They're working. They already prepared themselves. They already positioned themselves. Why you're over there fighting over chicken fees? One person, $1 million. In order for you to get $1 million, you gotta almost kill your mom just because you want money. These young Liberians here in the diaspora, educated, highly educated, controlling some of the institutions, nursing, chemistry. Man. And these are children, young people that you're supposed to have them come to you and help you move this country forward. But here is it. You're not doing it. So they say, okay, they stay here. So America soak all of that young energy out of them. And they're getting paid, don't get me wrong. But by the time you're ready for them, not much left. Then they come, because they already retired. They come to Liberia. What is the energy now that's left for them to move faster? That will transfer me into my topic for the night. I haven't even touched my topic yet, my brother. Okay, let's go on. Decentralization. Okay, I think I'm stuck again. That's fine. Decentralization. I'm not too sure what is going on with my stuff here tonight. Okay. So, what is decentralization, folks? Yes. Sometimes liberal business, you get involved, and that's one of the things. Liberal business, you can't just get inside and say, "Oh, no, it ain't happening like that." It's just like small trap. Before you load you inside, you're not getting out because of your country. All right. So let's go on. Let's go on a very serious note. Okay, according to definition, decentralization is a transfer of authority from central to local government. Growing up into a town, let me tell you one more story now. Growing up into a town where we have the chiefdom seat. Those days, as I was growing up, even though Toll Town being a chiefdom seat was bad for our people. I'm not going to hide it. They were carrying on the policy of two-way party, and they were acting wicked to our own people. That I'm not going to. I saw it. I'm going to count sugar or anything here tonight. But anyway, those days when they're ready for the chiefdom seat or clan chief, they have election. So they said the chief stand, the people who want to be chief, you stay on this side, next person stand here, another person stand here. So who all of those who want to follow the liberal progressive, you remember when I used to go on football field to go play, they'll make one line, and then they say, you go here, you go here, you go here, you go here, you know that kind of thing? But in this situation, in total, you stand there, and they say, okay, all the people who voting you, they know the ID card. Please, I beg you, what ID card? They say, all of y'all voting your state and whatever will come here. Then those who are responsible to follow, to carry on the policy, they say, who are in favor or who want Samson Toe to be Parliament chief, please stand behind Samson Toe. Then you see the people running on my line. Who are want Alfonso So? Then you see them running But my land bigger than Alfonso so now be he. Then they say, who all want Natero cry? Then he see there. So the people count in line. 1, 2, 1. Then the person who take him down. 1, 2, 2. So they don't even miss it. And then they count the people. After they finish counting, right there in public, they announce the winner. And then the winner people take him, put some chalk powder all over his face, and put them on their shoulder. They start running around the town. That person become parliament chief. Duly elected. Has no interference whatsoever by the government or by nothing else because it's done publicly. At that time, that was not decentralization though. However, very close, very close. So the parliament chief, the clan chief, were elected. At least in my own town, the chief done. I don't know about other people. No, let me not say that. Because I was in Johnson. There was a parliament chief, they call him Solo Blow. Why I will forget that one because I was there when they were playing. Only people can play drum, and I used to like that. There was another guy, Harry Blow, used to play the drum. So I enjoyed it because I was in Johnson that time. So they did the same thing in Johnson. But the point that I'm making here, my brothers and sisters, that is the height for me of decentralization when it comes to election. Okay? So if you have these kinds of things, you transfer. You're not necessarily transferring the power from the central government to local government. Not all of it. Why am I bringing this up? Look where we are. Look where we are. Centralized government. Everything you do is in Monrovia. The county superintendent are appointed. So who are you to question that? Those days when Totman, according to the story, because I wasn't quite real there to understand, I knew a little bit about Tava, but those days, according to the story, when Totman ready to come, they call it council. The president coming for council. Yeah. So all of those people that got complained against parliament chief, against district commissioner, everybody going to Swedru to carry their complaint. So when you get there, then the people that in Swedru that already are closer to the power to be, they ask you, what's your complaint? I'm not going to name names here. But then they express them. They taught me, according to the story, which sometimes you tell the people, say, they other one, you come to Montreal. Or sometimes you tell them, say, no, they don't want wrong, that one right, they want wrong. When Todman say you're right, that dancing from Zwedru all the way back to your village. But our people were happy those days. Those days. Because there were only a few Liberians that could understand what it is that they were doing. And what people used to follow it. Now let's look at today's situation. You got Liberians highly educated all over the world. And yet still you want to centralize government. You're hurting yourself. Truly, truly hurting yourself. You're hurting the economic power of Liberia by not decentralizing. Let's look at something here. Let me read this here. Okay. Okay. About decentralized. They said the Liberian Decentralization Support Program. These are some of the things here I want you to pay attention to here tonight. Because if the government of the Republic of Liberia, while people are trying to tear themselves apart, some of us will continue to preach peace and preach these things. What they say, in terms of peace, prepare for war. However, my situation, in terms of war, prepare for peace. While people are saying the person come down, the person say you're not coming down, we'll meet and scatter the whole thing. We say, when you scatter it, we're ready to put it back together. And in the process, we will do that. Because we missed the boat. Immediately after the war, and I've been saying this for years, immediately after the war, those people that came, the very first group, transitional government, whatever you call them, they could have been considered the second founder of the Republic of Liberia, the second founding fathers and mothers of the Republic of Liberia. They didn't do that. Then Madam Ellen Salih came in, highly educated, well-trained, know fully well. I bet you right now, unless she don't get hot, but you can't tell me she didn't get hot. She got children, my people. She born children from her womb. She know what it is to have kids. Because her kids, then they just bounced from her stomach, they became men. No. She cared for them, took them to doctors. Some of them get fever. She can't sleep at night. Try to feed her kids. So she has the feeling. She knows. So I bet you sometimes she goes to bed wondering what a mess I left behind. Saying to herself, I could have done better because the opportunity was there. Liberians were crying. Give us anything, we would take it. But please, let it last. Give us something that we can build on. So when she came in, there's something some of us were expecting. But then she decided to start being favoritism towards a certain group of people that she knows when she was in a whatever. So what do we have now? No structure, no foundation, nothing. Okay? So let me go back. So if you were to establish that at this point, this government, if you say I want to decentralize the government to give support to the local authorities, superintendent elected, parliament chief elected, client chief elected, and those people that each of these counties have the power to generate revenue, you will have so many people all over the world, especially European, they'll be willing to help you. They try that. Let me read it. They have what they call Liberian Decentralization Support Program through the UN. Okay? They try. Decentralization is central to the ongoing peace building and reconciliation governance reform and poverty reduction program of Liberia. Because the people recognize that. They recognize it. That in order for us to do something different, government must agree not to centralize itself in Monrovia. Monrovia is not Liberia. How many of us? 4 point something? We're not that many, my people. But if you decentralize, people will be held responsible for their action. This man, superintendent, is being elected. He mess up, we kick him out. We're not looking up to Monrovia to help us. We ask Monrovia to prosecute. Monrovia then becomes the hub of all of our institutions. Whatever it is that we have set up. But Liberian was so, these people, maybe they got their reason. The people that gave us the 1986 Constitution, highly educated people. They were not from one place. But even now, the Constitution, people are still faulting in some of the things that they wrote in there. But I'm not going to deal with that. Okay? So you have these people. I'm going to go to Grand Jide County because that's my county. Even though I know a little bit about Nima County, I grew up in Nima County as well, but I'll go to Grand Jide. So say Grand Jide is the Grand Jide County. Decentralized. Superintendent elected. local government generating revenue for itself. And the government of the Republic of Liberia, in this process of decentralization, come up with a rule. We still have the representation. We have senators, we have representatives, just like here in the United States. So at the end of the year, the county of Grand Jide report to the revenue of the Liberian government certain amount of money agreed upon by the county and the government of the Republic of Liberia. You give us a certain amount of money, Monserrato give us a certain amount of money. At the end, we, the Liberian government, give back certain amount of money to carry on whatever function that you have to carry on. But that you are responsible as a county to maintain and build your own roads. We will give you finances to do the highway that is connecting county to county. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the amount of Grangidians, educated Grangidians we have here, and you have that kind of system? Oh my goodness. They will be going back to Liberia tomorrow to help Granjide move forward the competition that was going to be in our country. Nimadians, Nima County people will want to go back to Nima County to make sure their county is the best. Bon County, Maryland, every one of these, and there are many Liberians, young Liberians, educated here in the diaspora. They could have gone back home with this decentralized. Folks, am I not allowed to dream? I'm allowed, if it is utopia, so be it. But that's my feeling. I'm entitled to it. So let me enjoy my dream a little bit, please. Don't stop me. But on a very serious note, if these things are happening, my belief, which one of you, knowing fully well, Grand Bassa County, they got the port open. I don't have to take my thing to Monrovia alone. Then Monrovia and Grand Bassa County, Maryland County, and Sino County having competition to see which one of the port that would deliver my thing quicker to Grand Jide. Which one of these port deserve my business? Which one of these port that I will not pay money over here and there? Competition. When you have competition, you have things going further. But we don't have it. What do we have? Monrovia? Maybe Grand Bassa. But when you have all of these enclaves, these little places, the sea line, Bassa people that are working like that, and they're along the ocean. Man, Grand Bassa County would have been. It's better now. It's good. But can you imagine Bassa people that let it work like that, decentralized? But everybody looking up to Monrovia. Monrovia's fat before we smell it. How are you going to move up? The roads are bad. We're waiting for Monrovia. The people that are sleeping in Monrovia, McGill, they don't even know what's going on in Grand Jide tonight. Nothing. But if you have the superintendent of Grand Jide worrying about election next year, things that he has not done, excuse me, in the Niabo community. He wants to be superintendent. He wants to be elected, re-elected. He has to pay attention to the Niabo community. He has to pay attention to Queenable community. He has to pay attention to Boston community. He has to pay attention to Bobo community. All of this community, he has to pay attention to because he needs an election. And every one of these communities start having leverage, competition, true competition. And don't get me wrong, there will be corrupt behavior. But those that are going to carry out the corrupt behavior, the system will be there to provide that these people be punished. So, folks, for me, decentralization. And for me, you got decentralization, you're fine. The court system, the judiciary, still the same. Same three type of government. Executive, judiciary, like all of you're staying in your position. But you are there to represent us. So if you don't have office here in Grand Union County, you're not going by tomorrow. Simple as that. And these are the kinds of stuff that we continue to preach. And again, let me go on. Liberia Decentralization Support Program is a successor to the Liberia Decentralization and Local Development, which was a 5-year program of support. They already have those kinds of stuff. They're there. But they abandon them because they feel the government is not in support of that. And because if the government of Liberia were to decentralize, on this map, you think I will be in Grand Union County and campaign for somebody who don't care for us to go and be our representative? I don't think so. Same thing all over the country. Because we're decentralized, we feel we got power for ourselves. The state, or whatever you want to call it, county rights. Because we will have certain autonomy for ourselves. There are certain rules that only can be resolved, certain laws that can only be resolved at the Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia. You get no court in Grand Union County that can resolve everything. But the little stuff. Somebody, I got my village in Mwenpliwe. Somebody down the stream got their village. They must say, we got something. Oh, let's go to Zedru. We'll go talk in the court. The court in Zedru have power to settle us. I'm certified. If I got money, I want the Supreme Court. But what is the benefit? What is the benefit if we were to do that? Let me tell you now. You got these young, and I say Grandians, I'm not going anywhere else. You got these young, beautiful Grandians, ladies that are nurses. You don't think that if this type of system that I'm talking about ain't truly transparent, I'm not talking about Babati over the nice decentralization where the government in Montreal still control people in Grand Union. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about truly transparent decentralization. These young women that are nurses, they can put together here and build a health care for elderly people in Grand Union County, Zedru. Then you say, Mr. Why you can't do that now? You take your money right now and call your own little brother and say, can't go build something for me. You hear that story yet? Because of that. That's why these young ladies continue to work hard and feed their family back home. But what makes you think that some of us, if that kind of system is there, that this young lady nursing, they decide, okay, since we're working here, we're making good money, that's fine. But among us, we have the nurse organization. This month, Mary Brown, that you're trying to go to Zedru and make sure all of the patients, since you're a nurse or nurse practitioner, we don't need to send a medical doctor over there right now. You go and assess the situation and see who needs urgent care, who needs what. And based on that, we can say, okay, because it's an organization. The women, they're not making small money. Some of them want to get paid something to and say, well, I know you, but you're my wife. I got divorced. Am I lying? Because they're making money. They're educated. They don't need me. They don't need me. I can name few of them. They myself will not get plowed before. Some of them, they're educated. We had an issue here one time, and I make a statement. And few of them say, you know why, Mr. Toh? You know why you did that thing where you did? Because I was not here. I hear now. Let me hear your mouth again. I shut up my mouth straight. They're educated. And you can't put any wolf over these young ladies' eyes anymore. Smart. But on a very serious note, these women, they will make sure of the system. Because the system is transparent, they will establish something to help their brothers and sisters back home, especially the old folks. So when they have the kinds of building in Zwedru, they have the organization where they send nurses, 2, 3 at a time, to go to Grand Jida County and assess the situation of the others in Grand Jida County. Which one of you among us that will not send their father to that institution? They will not send their mother to that institution. Because of that, the young ladies in Zwedru, they will start educating them as well. What am I going with this? You see the stuff that I just laid? Simply based on decentralization. I'm dreaming, yo. I'm dreaming. That's okay. I'm allowed to dream. Okay? Okay. But just what I just laid out, it's not unique to Grand Jide. That particular policy, that particular process can be done all over the country. And here's the interesting part. The women, like I said, I've been in this community. And I know. Most of the Liberian organization, the backbone, when you hear them say, oh, the other organization, they collected $30,000 last time. And I'm a man. Don't let the men then fool you. They don't pay fasting, some of them. Jealous something too. I go to the gate. Hey, what wrong with you? I block you. Why you want me to pay $50 for? I start arguing. So that will reduce my price. The women come in, they don't argue. How much is it? $50? Okay, boom. They pay. And not only they pay to enter, they're also responsible to feed us, just like their children. Then when we're ready, we just running our mouths. The women then, they're feeding us. Then when we're ready to have program, they're supposed to be the people for us to reference. How many times that we have a program in our community strictly to honor the women of our community? Nothing else. We don't even do that. Yeah. We're ready. We say we're having something. The women then finish paying. They finish cooking. Time for them to dance. Then the men then giving speeches. The time I was born into town. When I was this and that, I went to the other place, the other school, the other person got that degree, everything. By the time the speeches is over, they're closing the building. The women don't even dance. But these women, over and over, they're still the backbone of our communities. And these are the same women because of their educational level, because of their understanding of the support of the community, because they themselves know very well, even though they're married, but they have kids. And if you have this kinds of system that I'm talking about here tonight, it is these women that will make sure these things survive. Because they got mothers and fathers back home, just like every one of us. And so when they go and bring themselves together to form this group, to establish this healthcare center for older people, the person who's, let me drink some more. Let me tell you, the person who now represented from Grand Jide, I'm not talking about, I don't say that I was represented now, please, far from it. This is my dream in my head, so it's not something real. Okay, but the person who's not represented, look behind, say, oh, the women got some good nursing program over there in Zwedru. I need to do something better to start putting my money aside so I leave when my time comes, when I get, I can go in there. Because they're charging for you to enter. So the money they charge, that money used to buy medicine. Women are not corrupt. They don't come to come steal your money. They don't come to come steal. Not like some of us. They don't come to come steal your money. You pay. They use that money and buy medicine and supply it back to the people in Grand They don't come to come steal your money. They're highly, highly educated, respectable young women. What they will do with your money? Where the women, the Grand women, what they will do with your money? Some of them making $200,000-$300,000. What do you do with your money? Like a fat chicken cheese you get. You can't tell me I got my money. That money you get. Look at the women. Go to some of these functions and see how these women dress. And then you tell me what they will do with your money. But on a very serious note, what happened? What's going on with that? So they go on, they say, okay, you who's serving, you look at the situation, say, the little thing that you're trying to steal from the people so that you will save it for tomorrow, but because you don't know nothing, no medical thing in the place when you get old, so you use that little money, you're now most likely going to be forced because of this. And here's the thing, interesting thing. The women have established that. Other citizens from Grand Jide, they look at it, competition. The Nursing Association of Grand Jide County, they're there. The Nursing Association of Montpellier, they start their own stuff in Montpellier. Where am I going? Development. People now, other counties that don't follow, they're going to send their old people in Grand Jide. Instead of us having a central precinct in Grand Jide, we have a hospital that is geared towards old people to care for them. What did they say about Liberia quite recently? They said Liberians are the most, stranger helping people in the whole world. So you see where I'm going with this? I'm putting some fun in there and things like that, but on a very serious note, decentralization brings development. Transparency. Because I'm from Grand Jide. My eyeball on the money being collected in Grand Jide. Yes, another thing. When I was growing up in Town, the people used to collect taxes those days. $10 house tax or whatever it is, they call themselves. And I told you already how people used to suffer. They used to put people under the sun. You pay your $10. So they collect the money. The town chief collect the money. Then after the season finish, then the town chief come in. You can't do it this though. You do it, the children that will flock you and take your money. Yes, the armed robber now in Liberia, a big year. But those days, when the sun going down in front of the chief, the town chief, he come, he take the rocks. You know how they were counting? They take rocks, and each of the rocks represent each of the quarters. And if the rocks in the quarter also represent each of the houses in the quarter. The other quarter, how many houses? They got 5 houses. Okay, 5 houses, yeah, 10 hours, yeah, 10 hours, yeah, 10 hours. Who don't pay from that quarter? Everybody pay. So they collect all that money. Then he go and report it to the chief. They don't put his name down the paper. They have their rocks. And they know these rocks represent names. So the province chief take the money and take it to Zlatan, district commissioner. That people from Town, from the BI chief, they don't even know what happened to the money. The money hopefully will leave from district commissioner. And here's the thing now. District commissioner of Boston district. So all of these towns, they collect. Can you imagine the amount of money those people used to collect? So the district, and that's why most of the district commissioners those days was sent there from Monrovia. Yes, we suffer. We suffer. Yeah. The district commissioner those days, most of them were not crown. In fact, they were not crown people. They send people, Congo people. They send them to be the district commissioner. District commissioner, because you the superintendent, you can be crown man said, it doesn't matter. You report directly to Tui party. So they sent the district commissioner, hopefully take the money to the superintendent. The superintendent hopefully take the money to Tui party in Monrovia that they earn. Okay? However, the system that I'm talking about now as we speak, you think I will stay here? I pay for my house tax in town, and I will not follow where the money ends? God forbid. I will know exactly where the money going. And if the superintendent make a mistake, who is now being elected and make a mistake and take my money, he's gonna have to face the music. So, folks, I put some fun in there. I make some fun and stuff like that. But decentralization, for me, is the way to go. Those of you who want to tear down Liberia, go ahead. It's your constitutional right. But just remember, Liberia was torn before. And it's back. It's trying. You tear again, the same people will come back. You can't take Liberia off of a map and throw it in the ocean. It ain't happening. So those of you that feel that perhaps you're not getting what you need to get, you want to start something, enjoy yourself. There will be people, face it. You push, I push. Reaction. That's why I pull that they hand pushing they want the other one. Because if I let it go blue, it fall down. So, but because I am great, they face it, come on, face it. Yeah. So, those of us that are on the side, we will continue to preach peace. And this is my message for this Monday afternoon, folks. Decentralization. I'll be back on Wednesday, but let me open the line and see how I open it. I don't even get my phone yet. I tell you. Sam Sinto. Where's my phone? Oh. What kind of business here? That's my phone. Okay, folks, I will be right back. In the meantime, let me play you some music while I'm going to go look for my phone. Who cares? That's Sam Sinto.
Onana ayama lokolo mwane sikolo mwa yekwaza ne kriku ya moreu. Lokolo tari bolu suku. Suku ogere yo omo ya lokolo kete swelo ri doro. Karema TV, enana, monyo kakora kanama. Iye karema TV, enana, sono sere kanama. Pare kekiri kuna, inana, pare mwaki kanama. Baye jibo basogo, zakati ko pare monyo basogo. Basogo, Zakati go, but I'm on your basogo. Tumonwana, but I do no one, or go dancing on. Tumonwana, but I'm a do no one, I'm a yay boy.
Okay, folks, the lines open up. Give me a call, 916-533-2048, and tell me what I make sense. Or my dream is just that dream. That's okay. That's okay. But most of the dreams, though, folks, on a very serious note, people dream and things come to reality. There's no question asked. Everything you do nowadays, people think about it. They could go through a lot of processes. I don't know who that's going to be. So give me a call, 916-533-2048. Yeah, please. Got time for that. Give me a call, 916-533-2048. And like I said, I'm getting ready to get out of here. Okay. Give me a call. I'm reading some Liberty Party news. Yes, like I said, I'm reading Liberty Party news. They just sent something out here. All right, that's the president of the Liberty Party USA. Just sent us some information here about the passing of our political leader, Councilor Bronski. So we will be, I'm not too sure if that was meant for me to announce, which I'm not going to do. But anyway, give me a call, 916-533-2048. Samson told LIBERIA, what's your name, where you're calling from, what's on your mind?
My name is Charles Neiman. I'm calling from Hamilton, New Jersey.
Thank you very much for joining us this evening. What's on your mind, sir, Charles?
Oh, thank you very much for everything that you are talking about our country. Today, I really enjoy your show because I can keep almost from reading our people that there, they've suffered a lot. So when I hear most of other people all the time, any good thing coming from Liberia, they do it in Mosorado, and forgetting about the other people back there, say 1847, and they just suffering. But anything, Mosorado. So the decentralization you're talking about for them to carry it, for them to send it all in the rural counties, it will be better. Because it will be better to help our people for development. Because everything they're doing just for only Mosorado. So thank you. At least we will listen to what you were talking about, want to see the reason or the thing what would be good. I'll move on in I think for the rural countries will be better because no development in the rural countries. So thank you for your advice. I enjoy your show tonight.
Thank you very much, but please don't be stringent like Liberian Public Radio. We come on every night, please. So continue to follow us. We appreciate it. Thank you very much for your contributions, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I was there the last time again when I talk about coastal business, and I was there and I said we must think about our country because when our on the camp, the refugee camp,
okay,
and the Ghana Poche which you leave,
yeah,
and we're putting our mothers there in jail. That other one were playing the drum for the 40 days they were fasting for. Because we can get our country every day we get in the street, every day we get in the street where people in Ghana there and the Ghanaians put all the men on the feet and they start to carry women in jail. Violence can solve the problem. I think violence will carry us out there, we suffer. Our mothers and the children there, we're running from place to place, people bringing tear gas. That the same thing, they're starting again. They can always forget violence can solve no problem.
that's right.
Call the people and tell them what's going on. Why Costa Beno, I like his business, all the things that he's doing. His father is one politician. And he now say he's seeking for the Liberian people because the Liberian people suffering. When your father is one of the politicians, then how will you seek for the Liberian people?
Okay.
You're not in the interest of the Liberian people, but in the interest of your father. So now,
Okay. Thank you, my brother.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Again, Samson to Liberian Public Radio. Give me a call 916. Excuse me, 533-2048, and let me know. I've been out here now for quite a while. Let's see what you have on mind. What's going on? As far as I'm concerned, the decentralization that I'm talking about, like I said, I'm allowed to dream. It might not be for me. Other people say, hey, man, so to farm to the center, man, well, yeah, decentralization will never happen. Okay. Today they got lights. Somebody came up with that. Today they got lights, and somebody came up with that. Today they got computer. Somebody came up with that. So nothing happened in isolation. People think about it, go through it, and then discuss it. You can't just continue to say nothing gonna happen. Let's try. Have we tried? I don't know. Maybe people did before. But give me a call 916-533-2048. And it's a very interesting subject, and I'm very serious because even though I was making some fun and things there, just to put some fun in there so we can enjoy ourselves. But on a very serious note, if this thing is possible, the international community will be willing to help you because they believe in it and they put some money in there before. And because they know very well that if you pack everything Monrovia, then you have people leaving from these counties all over Liberia coming to Monrovia because everybody wants something. And Monrovia alone cannot support the economy of that country. You're going to have to diversify, some here and there. Decentralize. Let the counties start developing their own revenue. And of course, the government, and what I'm saying now, it's not going to happen overnight. Liberians must agree. They're going to have to agree on it. Whatever means, fine. Whether they amend the Constitution, I don't care. That's not my point. I'm just trying to advance the idea. So if they're going through referendum, that's whatever it's going to take. But it's important that we do that. Because here's the other thing. Because the power is so centralized in Monrovia. Everybody wants power in Monrovia. But if you decentralize, people like me, I want to be district commissioner. Why coming to Monrovia to do what? To waste my sign over there in snow, snow. That would be nice to have snow. But in how do you call it, salt water blowing all over the place. Where if I was in Granji there, Basson District, Town, one place where the wind blowing me. The only time I feel something is car pass by with the dust. But guess what? If we are allowed to generate our own farm, we will try to put quota from Sesto River all the way to the boundary between Granjida, Sino, Granjida, Maryland. We'll do that. You see what I'm saying? So these things are possible. Okay? So it's not like I'm talking something that is not possible. And one of the things that I truly believe, if this thing was to happen, now overnight, it might take some time, but the young people will the competition, the young people will gravitate to their own counties. Look at the amount of book that come from Nima County. Look at the amount of book that come from Lofa County. Look at the kind of book amount of book that come from how do you call it, Cape May County, Grand Gide, Maryland, Sino. Your children, the young people, they will start. Man, what country will say from again? Because they're born here. They ain't know the thing. Man, what country will all from Grand? Oh, okay. By that time, they've reached people now. They're going back to the county. But everything, Monrovia, it rain, you're not going to Town. If it's not raining, you go to Town. By the time you get there, the dust swallow you. The people don't even know who you are, say. You get there, you say, well, where did man come from? Until you take back. Why? You know, this is the kind of stuff. But where you have county superintendent being elected, and the sophistication level among the young Liberians nowadays, you can't fool anybody. You can't fool anybody. In fact, if you do that, you might say, you know what? Granjidans in the diaspora are allowed to vote. Granjidans in the diaspora are allowed to vote. Wow. I'm casting my vote while I'm here in the United States. Because why? I'm building something in Granjide. I'm putting something over there. Speaking about that, I'm supposed to be paying for my land taxes here very soon. I got to pay my land tax. How do you call it? Land taxes or tax for land, whatever. I got to pay anyway. I'm calling my son to pay. So, but you see where I'm going with this? You hear, you get land in Granjide, paying for your land, paying taxes for your land. And you're gonna elect something to be your superintendent? Something to who you know nothing? I beg you. So, you know, just give me a call. Give me a call, 916-533-2048. And see if what I'm talking about, if it's something far-fetched. You got Liberian, the opportunity on a very, very serious note. The opportunity Liberians have, and they're not utilizing it. It's very sad. It's very sad. This government must open up. Open up. Because if you open up and actually have these young people competing for these positions, not necessarily government position. Because if you open up and these people come in with different ideas, they're not only going to be able to generate more funds for the government, but they're also going to open up for the private industry to employ these young people so they don't be in the street and humbugging you. But they're humbugging you because they ain't got money, they ain't got job, they ain't got nothing to eat. So they're humbugging you. And the people who are able to generate these things, they're here. You ready, you go with who know you, who you know. If they're ready, they pay a certain amount of money to get position. They pay people for position they're not qualified for. I something to from Town, I will not pay 5 cents. The only way I'll pay money, let me qualify that. The only way I'll pay money for a position in Liberia, say I want to be Minister of Finance. I know nothing about that. So if I want to be Minister of Finance, I will pay. I don't know anything, but ask something to pay money to go to Minister of Public Work, God forbid. 5 cents, I will not pay. 5 cents, I already pay my due on that one. At 5 cents, I will not pay. If people they're waiting for me to pay money before I will work with them and help them with public work, 5 cents, I will not pay. And everybody do that. Those of you that are in your field, you know you're competent. You know you're capable. Why must you pay money just to work, to help the government that needs your help? Oh, my people. Anyway, Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio, give me a call here. Let me go on. I want to say something. I want to read something else here, okay? Where am I? Okay, there's another thing here. Okay, never mind. I'll read that later on. But again, if we all just sit down and pretend nothing is happening, thank you very much for all the comments, even those that are not in favor of. The other young man said, yes, decentralization will not go on for 50 more years. I mean, a person even get 50 years, you even get no trust in anything. No, but on a very serious note, that's fine. Let power be in Monrovia. Then when it ring, we ain't going nowhere. We're waiting for someone to come. It's not, I'm not ashamed. Somebody died. Then they say, your way, keep those of us from the southeastern side. Somebody then they say, okay, you hold on to the body. Let the sun come out. When the sun starts shining, then we'll take the body home. Because you see, this is what this decentralized business will help us. Because we believe in our culture. Nobody, especially those of us from the countryside, everybody want to be buried in their hometown. But the people they die in Monrovia, they say your way. The family people say your way until how they call it, the sun starts shining, they will take the body. As a result, some people, and this might not even be far-fetched. I bet you there are some family members, when they know their parents are getting real old to the point of death, they say, okay, you take the person. The person say, I want to die and be buried in Montreal. It's okay, you have to be, rainy season now, yeah. You put the old man on the motorbike, and by the time they get there, the old man already gone because he's the motorbike from Montreal to whatever. Why do we behave towards ourselves like that? Like we know we're not even human beings. 2019. Anyway, folks, this is Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. I guess there's nobody wants to contribute to the conversation here tonight. That's okay. I'm going to take leave of you, and I really appreciate those of you that continue to watch. We say thank you very much. We appreciate it. Thank you. It's not like you don't have anything to do tonight, but just the fact that you're here, fathering us, we say thank you. We appreciate it. And my video now is acting up too anyway. So let me go ahead and say good night to all of you. And thank you very much for your continued support of LIBERIA Public Radio. Once again, before I leave, I know you can hear me. Yeah, my stuff shut off. So I know you can hear me. So let me just say that even my video getting stuck or what have you. Let me just say here again. Those of you that have the intent of tearing the government, tearing the country up, it's your right. I can't stay here and deny you that right. You go ahead and do that. Whatever fit your hands, whatever way you see fit, it's up to you. But those of us that believe that the brighter days of Liberia are still ahead of us, will continue to preach peace and continue to preach that whatever we do, let us do it with peace. And with that, I'll say good night to all of you. Tune in tomorrow for Mr. Soul Show. And then Wednesday, we'll be right back here. Holiday coming up, Thanksgiving Day is coming up. And we're very thankful to God that we're all still here. no matter what we say to each other, that we're all still here. This government of the Republic of Liberia, under Dr. Weah, must be allowed to finish its term. The government must not be molested. The government must not be, you can demonstrate. You have the right. It is your constitutional right to demonstrate, and we encourage you to do so. Because through that process, you're also, without you realizing that, you're also strengthening the institution of the Republic of Liberia. So we encourage you to demonstrate, but do so with responsibility. The government of the Republic of Liberia must also do everything in its power to make sure those who want to demonstrate have the path to do so. At the same time, the government is also, let those who want to demonstrate, let them understand that the government has the duty to protect lives and property. Let us don't forget that. Let us don't forget that. That's the prime duty of the government. The government must provide avenue for you to express yourself. It's your constitutional right. The government must also be expected to protect lives and property in the process, but must do so with even hands. So those of you that are here in this country, continue to bring up all of these stuff that I talked about earlier. You're not doing us a favor. You're digging holes for all of us, the hole that we might not be able to jump over. This is Samson Toh. I will say good night, and it's been a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Monday afternoon, here in Sacramento, California, Samson Toh. Let's go on. Good night, folks, and thank you for tuning in to Liberian Public Radio.
TV. Enana, when monyo kakora kanama iye kare matiki enana sono sere kanama pare kwekuna inana pare waki kanama baye jibo basogo sagati ko pare monyo basogo lokuru kwe basogo sagati ko pare monyo basogo tumo wana pare tumo wa korope otasingo tumo wana pare waki tumo wa amoye bo pare kana